Expert care from people who care.
Hello, today we are here at the Outreach Teen and Family Services office. I'm Faith. I'll be one of the new co-podcast hosts, and I'm going to throw it over to one of our other new podcast hosts.
I'm Lily. I was here last year, but I'm now also a new co-podcast host. Today's episode theme is going to be covering everyone in the OCC and get to know us. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves and their positions.
I'm Isabel. I am a sophomore at Point Park University, and I am the event coordinator for the Outreach College crew.
Hello, I'm Rihanna, and I am the president.
Also on the Outreach College crew, we have Sarah, who is another co-podcast host, and Nancy, who's another event coordinator. They could not be here today, but we would like to give them a good shout-out.
All right, and then we're going to go into our Fast Five. So the first one I have is hot weather or cold weather for you guys?
I would say cold weather for me.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to say hot weather because I feel like the cold weather literally is painful. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like needles in my skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hot weather, too.
Yeah, I have to say hot weather. I really despise waking up like an hour to get my car heated.
Yeah. Our next question is going to be, do you rather watch a TV series or a movie?
I'm a big movie gal. Yeah, I really like, I don't know why, I can't like force myself to sit down and watch a series half the time, but a movie I love going to actually like in the theater and having the whole fun little experience.
The popcorn.
Yeah.
Slushies.
Mhm.
I feel like I like TV shows just because I just get really sucked into it, and then it's like I look forward to it like every day. If it's like a really good one.
Yeah.
And I have like comfort TV shows that I always go back to,
Yes.
which I love that because it's so nostalgic. Like right now I'm watching Shameless for like the 7th time, probably like the 10th time.
I'm a big TV show person. Like, I love to binge watch a show. Like, I'll like binge watch for like do my homework, and it'll just be like background noise. It's just hard focus.
Yes, that's how I am. I really like TV series. I really like to rewatch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like look for all like the hidden gems. Like, why didn't I catch that the first time?
All right, and the other question, we have short trip or road trip. I think I like road trips. I like looking at like new places and finding like, or at least just having time to kind of check things out.
Sorry, did you want to go?
You go.
Okay. No, I love road trips because or long trips, you literally have no responsibility. You can just sit in your car. I mean, if you're not driving, obviously, then you have to like kind of pay attention. But if you're just like along for the ride, you can just like zone out and listen to music or like watch a movie or watch a TV show. And I think it's just awesome. I love it. It's so relaxing.
Yeah.
I love a good short trip. I like can't sit in a car for like too long. I get like
True.
I need to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I do like road trips because I do like looking out the window, especially if it's like a cool scenic route. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The next question is, do you like reading or writing more?
I would have to say I like reading more. That is a tough question though. But I feel like I can read a lot more than I can write. Like if I'm just bored, I can, just pick up a book.
Yeah, I think I like, it is a really hard question. You're so right about that. I think I like writing more, just because it's kind of like therapeutic at the same time, and you can kind of just say whatever, and then it doesn't have to go anywhere. There's kind of no pressure to it, which I think I really like about it.
I love writing. It's like, I don't know, it's like therapeutic to me. Like, I was literally writing my college essay, and I was like, wow, I'm actually having a lot of fun right now. And I've never, ever heard someone say that they're having fun, like, writing a supplemental, like, 650-word essay. But, like, that's, like, fun for me.
No, I agree. Like, writing is therapeutic. Maybe not if you're, like, writing something for school, but also college essay is very, like, personal.
It's, like, personal. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is, like, really showing myself.
Yes. So, I would agree that, like, I like writing better. Because with reading, I just think of like being assigned a reading for school, and I don't like that.
And our last Fast Five question for today is morning or night. I have to say I'm like actually the most miserable person in the morning. I'm like a completely different person than I am at night, so I will have to say night for sure.
Yeah, I would have to say night too. I feel like waking up is not the best. But yeah, I do really like the nighttime. You get to like wind down and relax and kind of think about your day.
I agree. I like don't have my personality yet. When I wake up, I have to like wait an hour or two, and then I'm like back in it. And like at night, again, you don't really have like, I'm gonna say it again, but you don't have responsibility. You can literally just like do whatever you want and just lay in your bed and you can scroll on your phone. I mean, it's not good to scroll on your phone, but like, I don't know. I just think it's relaxing at night.
I'm a major night person. I am not
Yes.
a happy person in the morning. I don't want to be there. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Mm-hmm. So you all have that in common.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No early rising.
Yes. That's important, I think.
And then we're just gonna try to get to know each other because this is our first episode.
We'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to St. Clair Health. They've been our steadfast annual sponsor, supporting our podcast for 5 consecutive years now.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve, so we can be stronger together. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
All right. So just some general questions because you have to have the like fun little icebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
So does anyone want to answer? What are some things that make you you? Like, what are some things that fill up your personality?
I would probably say my family and friends. I really do love them all. And I just think that they're very supportive. And especially my parents have shaped the person I am today. And I think also what makes me me is my passion for mental health. It's taken me through college and everything, and also in my job right now. So, yeah.
I love that.
What's your job right now?
So, I am currently a direct support professional for people that have disabilities. So, essentially, I help them become independent in the workplace environment.
That's
That's
really
awesome.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like people don't realize that your jobs and the people around you can definitely make you very much who you are, or at least like give you a lot of energy. So that's always something that I like to acknowledge too. I love that.
Definitely what makes me me is my work with inclusion. I'm the Best Buddies president at my school, and I say like that's like truly what I like love to do more than anything else is like make everyone feel included and like heard. I think I spend like half my day of school just like in the Best Buddies or inclusion room and just trying to like make everyone smile because sometimes there's just so much judgment in the world that I love a good smile even, you know, just makes me happy to make sure everyone feels included.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say I think like art is a big thing for me. Maybe it's not something that like I'm doing all the time, but it's something that makes me feel, it like brings me back to like a child, like the child in me is like happy. I think I've always wanted to live in a city, so I think that like city lights and honestly just like like lights in general are like I'm obsessed with them, like lighting, lights outside. I think it's just my weird like thing that I like. I also just think like emotions are like things that something that I'm like really fascinated with, for my own sake, so I can like regulate myself, and also other people, just like other people's well-being, and also just like the idea of community, I think is something that I really care about. I don't know if that's something that makes me me, but I think it's something that I go back to a lot in my mind, because I think that again there is like a lot of like hate in the world, and the word community is something that I can like sort of think back to like all the things that I've learned about it, and think like, okay, maybe there's not something that like makes us all, that can make us all like agree, but there are like moments of like fleeting kindness or like of moments that we can share together that is meaningful in some way.
I
Mhm.
really love that phrase, fleeting kindness. I've never heard that before.
Oh,
That's really cool.
thank you.
Mhm.
I learned
kind
it
of
from
feel
school.
exactly the same way.
Yes, yeah.
Especially during COVID, I think before then I used to think that I was a very introverted person.
Mhm.
And then when you're kind of cut off from everyone, I realized I was like, I need to be around other people.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
not good for my mental health at all.
Mhm.
So that was something I remember specifically after we kind of got out of the pandemic, that I just really wanted to meet new people and try to just carry on and be as nice as possible throughout my day. So I really love everything that everyone said.
The next question I'm gonna ask is, how would you describe yourself in 3 words?
I'm gonna have to cook on this one.
Yeah, hold on.
I would say 3 words for me would be I'm determined, empathetic, and passionate. I think that really describes a lot of things and the way I kind of go about life.
I really love that. Thank you. I would say kind of the same. I would say whimsical. I like to tap into that same childhood joy type of thing.
Mhm.
And then maybe compassionate.
Mhm.
And then I would just say energetic. I like trying to fill up a room.
Yes.
I would say maybe creative,
Mhm.
sensitive, and maybe empathetic, like Brianna was saying. Yeah.
My 3 would be empathetic, sensitive, and collaborative.
Mhm.
That one's a really good one. I got that. All right, I think we might have time for one more question.
Mhm.
So I'll ask a little fun one. So, what song, show, or even hobby feels like your own personal therapy right now, or something that you're at least really connected to at the moment?
The song Self Control by Frank Ocean has been on repeat. Specifically this one part, I'm not gonna sing it, but I'll find the timestamp because it's just it's so good.
I have a Frank Ocean tattoo that I'm sure we're taller in another dimension.
Oh my gosh.
So bringing him up, I just get emotional.
That's beautiful.
I understand that. I think right now it's not a show or song, but I have been really connected to the Superman movie. So I've been doing a lot for my mental health at the moment.
I need to see that because I heard it was hopecore.
It's so hopecore.
Oh my
He was
gosh.
so incredible. It was everything. It was everything.
Right now my weekly therapy is watching Dancing with the Stars, and
Ooh,
also
nice.
actually putting in who I want to vote for and the 2, 1, 5, 2, 3.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit addicted to it. I have a strong passion for it. My TikTok is Dancing with the Stars. I just got tickets for my birthday to go watch Dancing with the Stars live. I was like, Mom, this is what I want. I want nothing else. I want to go watch Dancing with the Stars live. I truly I love that. I love watching the dance. And I used to dance when I was little, and I'm like, wow, if I would have kept with my dance career, I could be where they are. I love just the technique. It's beautiful to me. And distracts me from everything else. So I'm just so whoa.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So you're excited for tomorrow night?
It's Tuesday night.
Oh.
I know, it's painful every time
You're excited for Tuesday night.
It's time to go faster.
Yeah.
I would say right now reading is a really big hobby for me. I think after work, just kind of decompressing and being in the quiet and just being able to read is extremely therapeutic for me.
Mhm.
Definitely. I love that always.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, perfect. All right, the next question is going to be, if you could have a theme song, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let me check my Spotify for a second.
I would say mine would be Rhiannon, because that's actually what I'm named after.
Oh,
That's Fleetwood Mac,
Oh.
yes. So I feel like that was an easy question for me. But yeah, I was named after that. My parents were between naming me either Rhiannon or Rihanna with the A, and they
Okay.
said Rihanna.
Mhm.
So yes, that song is very near and dear to my heart, and I really love it.
I love that. I have a very similar response because obviously George Michael faith has haunted me my entire life. Anytime I've ever introduced myself, I will get serenaded with that song. It is almost guaranteed to happen. They're like, you must get that all the time. I do. I really do.
Mhm.
But I do have to go with it. It's still so fun.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's just comically fitting.
I'm just gonna say this song because it is just like my favorite song of all time, even though I found it in the summer. But it's called "Best to You" by Blood Orange, and there's there is no point in that song where I'm like, I don't like it. Like, it's just so, it's musically, lyrically, just, I think, perfect. And I think the lyrics I really, like, relate to, and they hit home
Yes.
to me. So, yeah.
Space Between from Descendants. I forget which Descendants.
Period.
But that song is, like, my song. Like,
Yeah.
well, my best friend and I we're 2 years apart. She's a sophomore. I'm a senior. So, like, next year we're going to be, like, so far apart because I want to go to school kind of far away. And she'll still be, like, in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be really hard for us. So, our song is, like, we sing that, like, every time we're together. Like, that's, like, the last song we sing. So, like, I couldn't picture, like, my life without that song right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sweet.
That's so
as soon as you
sweet.
said that, I could have, like, envisioned the scene in my head.
Yes.
It's been so long since I watched that movie. And we just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge St. Clair Health. We're deeply grateful for their generous sponsorship for the last 5 seasons of Teens Tap In.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve so we can be stronger together by creating reliable resources that recognize all of our neighbors with access to the highest quality healthcare, advanced care close to home, and a shared humanity that delivers on our joint vision to create a healthier community for all. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
How do you define self-care, and what does it actually look like for you?
I would say self-care is sort of, well, I think it's like can be basic and then maybe more like complex. So like basic would be going to bed like at a relatively early time and not staying up until like 2, 3, 4 a.m. Eating like 3 meals a day, and taking time to yourself if you're like have a lot of different things to do and a lot of responsibility, and then also taking time to like be with friends and family or at least talking to them. And then I think maybe on the more like complex side, it could be like like thinking about why you feel a certain way that you do, if it's like a bad emotion, like something that doesn't make you feel good, or like jealousy or like anxiety or stress, because I feel like a lot of the times like it's easy to just look at like external things and blame it on that, but when you can sort of like take yourself out of it, or like try to like think of like the thing under the thing that's going on, you can sort of understand more like what matters to you and what like actually is causing you to feel that way. And I think that can really be helpful to like navigate through what you're feeling. And that's sort of what self-care looks like to me, because if you like, the alternative to that is kind of just like could be ignoring it, and that's a possibility for many people, including me. So
It's awesome. I think self-care for me is, and for everybody else, is extremely important, and I think that we should all do it. I think it looks like making sure that I express my feelings and prevent like any type of repression, whether that be if I'm stressed out, I'll do like a face mask, or I'll go for a walk, and just making sure that my feelings are regulated and I'm actually able to kind of let everything out so it doesn't build up and turn into something worse.
Yeah, I love what both of you said, because I think self-care can look like so many different things, and it can present in so many ways to every individual person. I think for me, I definitely hate how in our culture self-care has been labeled as selfish. Definitely, we are not supposed to spend too much time worrying about ourselves, but then I've always hated that narrative because I think the better we care about ourselves, the better we can always care about other people. And I think something I've learned definitely more in my early 20s is a form of self-care, just having appropriate boundaries, not overextending yourself, but also just knowing when to say no, knowing when to say yes type of things. And those have really been able to make sure that I'm not overextending myself or just like not giving myself the time of day, essentially.
For me, I think self-care is personally like just like knowing what my brain needs to like take a break and just like have a quiet brain for a little bit. Like there's so many things going on in life. There's never a slow period. Life is so busy. It's always going to be busy. For me, I do that by like literally laying in my bed, watching a show with my cat, or taking an after-school nap. Like just the things that like after a long day, a hard day, I have a lot to do. Maybe just like a 30-minute rest for my brain is just so helpful. And to like reprocess like my day and restart.
Yeah.
That quiet brain. You do need some time just to not think about it.
I know. I really strongly believe in quiet brain. Like my friends are like, how do you like take 30 minutes after school and just like breathe? And I'm like, I don't think I would be able to like do as well I do in school if I didn't take those 30 minutes to like rethink, give my brain a rest, and then restart.
Yeah. Brain breaks are so important.
And also like what you said, Faith, like talking about how self-care is sort of deemed as like selfish, it makes me think of the idea of that like self-care is kind of like a luxury because there are people who come from, you know, lesser backgrounds or like poor backgrounds or from like broken homes who have to work like 5 times as hard just to like get by. And that's why I feel like sometimes it's sort of seemed like selfish to take time to yourself. Well, maybe that's not why, but that's just sort of what it made me think of. And I feel like that's why it's so important because it is something that like people struggle to do. But it's something that like we should strive for, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I think kind of going off of that, are there any misconceptions about mental health that you guys have like personally encountered or have struggled with, like kind of like that idea of self-care being selfish type of narrative?
I definitely have experienced like people will think like, why do you need to like take a break or take a rest? Like you have to keep going. You have so much to do. You have like this many tests. You have to study. You have to do well. But like you can't always do well if you study so hard that your brain can't process it. Like it needs a break. You're gonna get overstressed. It happens. But like taking the like I've learned that like being able to take a moment is really important because I think some people think like you don't need to go take that after school nap. Like that's probably like not good for you. You're not gonna be productive. But in reality, maybe it's what's best for you. You know yourself best.
Exactly.
And I think one major thing for me is the idea that healing is linear when it's definitely not a linear process whatsoever. Because when I was younger, I definitely like held on to that. And then when I would have these ups and downs, I was like, well, what am I doing wrong that's making me feel so separated from everyone else? And I think also with that, the idea that healing or grief has a certain time period to it. Like you only have a certain amount of time to get over it or go with it. But I like that we are starting as a culture to understand that that looks so different for every single person and that can last however long it needs to.
All right, so one more question will be is what kind of conversations about mental health do you wish existed when you were younger?
I think something that I'm very passionate about is the topic of men's mental health and just the stigma around it. I wish when I was younger, not just for me, but for everybody that I love and care about and just everybody, I think that the stigma and telling somebody, you're weak or you're not manly if you talk about your mental health is not good. And that's something that we should be very open about, and we should tell kids that it's okay to talk about it, and it's something that we should talk about. And whether that be with parents or in schools, I think that, again, just telling kids, like, asking for help is such a brave thing to do, instead of making it seem like it's seen as a weakness in a way. So I think that just making sure that kids know, and especially men struggle with that, of getting treatment is a great thing, and it should be encouraged instead of discouraged.
Definitely.
My response to that would be like, I'm still really young. I'm not even 18 yet. I'm about to be 18. But even like in my time in high school, from like when I started 4 years ago, it was like people didn't talk about like mental health in the academic stance, like test anxiety, overload anxiety. And I think through like even my past year of from being a junior into a senior, I've seen like the school transform from like having the resources to like talk about that, because I think it has gotten to be like a well-known issue that like people get overstressed about academics, and it's not as good for like teenagers to be up till 3 a.m. in the morning studying for an AP bio test when they should be asleep. So I think that's been like something I've seen even in my young years.
Yeah, I think I've definitely experienced that too throughout high school and middle school. So I love that you brought that up. I think one thing for me that I wish kind of existed when I was younger was kind of just knowing that you're not sick, or there's not something wrong with you to receive mental health care. There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting that. I actually encourage everyone to at least try therapy, or just try different avenues of mental health resources that are available. And I also wish that I just knew that those resources were actually available, because I think it used to be very hush-hush and no one was really allowed to talk about any of those things. But I am glad that as a culture we are getting towards that. But I still think there is kind of a belief that there's something wrong with you, or you need to have something severely wrong with you to receive care, and that's just absolutely not the case. And I don't believe there's anything wrong with anyone that needs to get any sort of mental health treatment. And to conclude today, we just wanted to express our gratitude to St. Clair Health, whose support makes this podcast possible, and we invite you to listen to the following message from our sponsor.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve, so we can be stronger together. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
Some outreach updates is that we'll be having an event in November.
Yeah, so this is going to be a open mic night, and instead of it being geared toward singing, it's going to be more about writing. So people will be encouraged to share pieces such as like poems, short stories, essays, quotes, lectures, or just any piece of writing really. This could be the person's own writing, or it could be something that they heard or read somewhere and that they just feel inspired or compelled to share. It's going to be held on November 20th from 6 to 9 at Bison Bites and Brew, which is a cafe on campus at Point Park University. And it's open to the public and anybody who wants to come. You aren't required to share. You can come and just listen. And there'll also be support provided by the Point Park Counseling Center, as well as Resolve Crisis Center, in case anybody needs any type of support. So we'd love to see you there.
Yes, we'd love to see you there and show up. We're so grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting our podcasts.
We just wanted to thank you guys for joining us with our first episode, and feeling free to introduce yourselves. I feel like we had a really great conversation today. So thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed in the Teens Tap In podcast represent the opinions of the hosts and their guests. The views and opinions expressed by Outreach Teen and Family Services employees, donors, and volunteers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of Outreach Teen and Family Services or the show's sponsors. The content here should not be taken as counseling advice. The content here is for informational purposes only, and because each person is unique, please consult your mental health provider or physician for any mental health counseling or other medical questions. The podcast should not be used in any legal capacity whatsoever, including, but not limited to, establishing a standard of care in a legal sense, or as a basis for expert witness testimony. No guarantee is given regarding the accuracy of any statements or opinions made on the podcast. If you find any error in any of the content of the podcast, please contact us at podcasts@outreachteen.org. Outreach Teen and Family Services, its sponsors, donors, and partners expressly disclaim any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages whatsoever arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, reliance on, or inability to use this podcast or the information presented in this podcast. Please go to www.outreachteen.org to see the complete notice and disclaimer for the podcast episodes.